Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video we got some big news. The Washington football team is expected to hire 49ers Vice President of Player Personnel into the front office as a high-ranking official. We're going to go through his history, his draft history, and what his role is going to be in DC, and we're also going to talk about what this move means for Kyle Smith's future in Washington. If you guys are new, subscribe for Washington and NFL content. We're almost to 5,000 subscribers. So let's get right into the video. Okay, so first let's give you guys the information. So Ian Rapport reported this earlier. He said 49ers Vice President of Player Personnel Martin Mayhew is headed to the Washington football team as a high-ranking executive with the title to be determined. Source said he'll work with the coach Ron Rivera and Marty Hurney as Washington football team restructures its organization. So his role is yet to be determined, but what I'm thinking is he's going to be the assistant general manager or something similar to that, because he left the 49ers where he was a vice president of player personnel. So you would assume that his role here is going to be larger and a bigger role than it was in San Francisco. So maybe assistant general manager or something else. And yeah, let's look at his, history real quick. I think this is a solid hire. Nothing too special. So Martin Mayhew is in his fourth season with the 49ers and second as the vice president of player personnel. He spent 2 years, 2017 to 2018, as the team's senior personal executive. He joined the 49ers after spending the 2016 season as the director of football operations / special projects with the New York Giants. Remember, we did interview him for the GM job, and I guess Marty Hurney got it, and he's going to get a pretty big title in DC. He also, before he got to the Giants and then the 49ers, he spent 15 years with the Detroit Lions, and of course, that organization has not had a very successful tenure. He was the general manager there for 7 years from 2008. He started at the end of 2008, which was the 0-16 season. So that technically goes on his record as he was the GM at 2008, but he only got the job in December. So really, I'm only counting 2009 to 2015. Some of his draft picks were Matthew Stafford, Ziggy Ansah, and Ndamukong Suh. He signed 4 Pro Bowlers, he also signed Golden Tate and Glover Quinn in free agency, who both made the Pro Bowl. So he has some good history. And also one quick story I heard on the John Kine podcast, but the 49ers a couple years ago, they were debating on whether to pick up or to draft Joe Reed, who was a wide receiver running back coming out of college, and he also in college quit, but then he came back, and Martin Mayhew said, "Don't draft this guy. I don't see this working out." And quit football he wasn't on the team after 1 or 2 seasons. So Martin Mayhew does have a solid eye and is a solid evaluator. If you look at some of his draft picks, he's had an okay history. In 2009, obviously drafted Matthew Stafford, and that connection right there with Washington, we'll see what happens right there. Obviously, if you look at the record, 2008 was when he started as a general manager, but that was at the end, so that is not part of his draft class. 2010 had an okay draft class, nothing great. He drafted Ndamukong Suh, who's really good. Number 2 pick, made a few Pro Bowls, been one of the best interior defensive linemen in the league. But besides that, not anything great right there. Most of the players were out of the league in a few years. One of their first round picks was out after 2 years. The next year, nothing too great. Nick Fairley was solid, but I don't think he was worth a first round pick. And then Titus Young, he had some off the issues as well. So the 2009 draft was solid, but 2010 and 2011 weren't great. But 2012 he had a solid draft pick or solid draft with Riley Reef, who's been in the league since 2012 all the way till now, and has been a solid starting left tackle. And he got him at 23. Some okay mid-round picks, and Tahir Whitehead, who I do believe is on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that's a solid pick in the 5th round. In my opinion, he had a couple other okay picks. This is probably his best draft in Detroit. In 2013, he drafted Ziggy Ansah, number 5 overall. Been a great player for a while. You know, the last couple years hasn't been great, but he was a Pro Bowler for a couple years there. Darius Slay in the second round, he's been really good. One of the best cornerbacks in the league. Got him in the second. In 2013, drafted Larry Warford, who made the Pro Bowl for a few years as well with the Saints. Sam Martin, who's been a punter for a while, and Theo Riddick. So, you know, he has a bunch of players right there that are still in the league and still contributing at a high level. So that was a very good draft class by him. And 2014, Eric Ebron was not a great pick at 2014. He definitely wasn't a bust, but I don't think he warranted the 10th overall selection. But his second round pick, very good second round pick in Kyle Van Noy. Very good pick right there. I mean, I think they traded him later on, but I don't think that was Mayhew who did that. And then Nevin Lawson, who's a solid cornerback, who's been in the league for a while. And then 2015 was his last draft class. Drafted Laken Tomlinson, who's been all right, but I don't think he's been as good as they thought he would be. And then second round, Amir Abdullah and Michael Burt and Quandre Diggs, who's been a steal in the 6th round. So his draft history is okay, guys. Nothing special, but maybe he's learned a few tricks in the last few years working under John Lynch, and maybe he's gotten better. Who knows? John Keim also said, was talking about this, and he had the same title in San Francisco as Kyle Smith does here. And someone said, in the comments said, just keep Kyle and all is good. And then John Keim tweeted, it's hard to see that. So it looks like, guys, especially since the guy, Martin Mayhew, same title as Kyle Smith, it doesn't look like Kyle Smith will remain. Let's just hope that he remains at the vice president of player personnel until the draft, and then we can move on from him. Obviously, I really want him to stay, but if he's not gonna stay and that everything's pointing in that direction, then let's hope we can keep him at least for one more draft. And yeah, we'll see what goes from there. I'm okay with this move. He's more of an evaluator than Marty Hurney is. He has a lot of experience. Between Hurney and Martin Mayhew, they have over 60 years of experience in football. Of course, I didn't mention this earlier, but Martin Mayhew did play for Washington when they won their Super Bowl. So, he's been in this area before. And we'll see what happens, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this hire. I think it's solid. Nothing spectacular, but I think it's a solid hire right there. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash that like button. Subscribe if you guys are new, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss a video. I'm going to have a very interesting quarterback video tomorrow, so stay tuned for that.